Yes, people. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Midday Live. And listen, people, I know what you're thinking. Where is everyone? They will be on their way. Rom said he'll be here any second now. Don is on his way. George is on his way. LB can't make it today. Big up LB. But the gang will be here, people. Don't worry. Don't worry, people. Dan, how are you, bro, man? All good?
Good, bro. Yeah, I'm good, bro. It was a nice weekend, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It was a nice, easy game done by 30 minutes. So, yeah, how did you get on, you boys?
I think we got kicked out, man. We got kicked out of the FA Cup, man. I can't lie to you, man. It's been one of the most pointless, like, knockings out, I think, for me, because Brighton have not won a game, I think, since. They've won one game, yeah, in about 13. You know what I mean, bro? Like, they've been horrible. They got absolutely destroyed by a Liverpool team that aren't really that great, I still don't believe. But yeah, man, I can't lie, bro. 40 games a week. I was in Birmingham. I had a nice weekend in Birmingham. And yeah, man, I'm just enjoying my actual time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, time is valuable, guys, man. Use your time wisely. You know, life isn't always about football, man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I want to bring it to the people. But you are through. Me and George are out. You know what I mean? To be fair, George got knocked out by, was it Aston Villa, who were in form at the time. So I can't really banter you, George, on that one. But yeah, man, Arsenal doing their thing, man. Big up George, by the way. Hope you're well, bro.
Big up, George.
But yeah, you lot, nice and easy. Early goals. I mean, Eze's back now, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Found his level. You know what I mean?
He's gone down to championship level. Now, look, it was easy in the first half hour, brother. It really was. And I spoke to some Wigan lads in a pub, and they said, "What are you saying then, bro?" I said, "I think we'll win 3-0." Big up, Roms. I said, "I think we'll win 3-0. Be quite an easy game." And he went 3-0. He said, "It'd be 3-0 at half time, brother." I went, "Nah, it won't. I know what we're about. We'll probably make it a game, or you'll come and have nothing to lose." And yeah, they were right. It was 4-0 in 30 minutes, pretty much. It was easy. Yeah, man, we showed our quality, and considering we had made a lot of changes, I was quite impressed. I think the only confusing thing for me was Calafiori got injured in the warm-up again. That's 3 times this season.
What's going on with that?
What's happening there? It's worrying. What's he doing? He's not fit. He's made of glass, isn't he? He keeps going down, and he got down injured again. So Saka come in, which I thought was bizarre. But I'll tell you what was interesting. He played in a position that I've never seen him play. And I thought he looked really good there, mate. I've got to be honest. It looked really good. He was more central. Obviously, he played with Eze in the kind of attacking roles. So there was Eze and Saka either side of Norgard, and then Madueke and Martinelli were either side of Jesus. So it was quite a kind of 4-4-1-2-3, if you could look at it like that. Very attack-minded, and we blitzed them 4-0. And all of them looked good, man. We just showed our quality. They, feel sorry for them, really. No disrespect. They had a great day out, and they made their kind of day and made a day of it. But I think they knew after half hour it was going to be long for them. Second half was boring. A little bit of matchsticks in the eyelids to keep them open, if I'm honest, because it was job done. Do you know what I'm saying? But it was easy, man. It was. And great goals, Saeed. I've got to be honest. Eze, he balled out. Obviously, he was frustrated. He didn't score. It's a great ball to Madueke. Great finish. Obviously, another really good ball from him to Martinelli. Great finish, which is what he should have done against Brentford here at first time. But, when there's no pressure, he scores. When there's pressure, he don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Jesus was really good. There was a great finish from Jesus. And then should have really scored the second. It went down as an own goal. There's some other chance in the second half. Martinelli's header should have been better. Gyökeres hit the post. But really and truly, it was light work, to be honest with you, bro. And we go into the next round, man. See what we get tonight.
You know what? Put quickly, maybe I'm nitpicking, but don't you think there's something in your pre-game warm-ups? Because didn't Saka against Leeds also get injured in the pre-game warm-up?
Yeah, Saliba against you, Roms, as well. Saliba against Liverpool.
Yeah, exactly.
So something's going on. I've always said there's an intensity problem with Arsenal as well, in terms of I think we do too much when it don't matter. So, we play. I understand when people say you train like you play. I disagree with that. You should train to work hard enough to show you're good enough so that you can go all out in training, in the game. Don't go in and be intense in training. We've done this in Dubai when Havertz got his hamstring because we were doing intensity training in Dubai when we're told we're warm weather training to relax and recuperate. I think this is Mikel Arteta and the coaching staff getting absolutely every last ounce out of them, because we've seen now the tiredness of some of these players. Declan Rice, Subamendi, Timber, Gabriel, Saliba, they all play too much football. Saka, he's completely ruined him this year, really. I mean, I know we played all right yesterday, but let's be real. The guy's got 4 goals and a handful of assists. That's not good enough at this stage of the season. And I think everyone knows, even if you don't rate Saka, they ain't good enough for Saka. Do you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, there's been some problems with that.
Dan, yeah. Do you like, and this is for everyone, Saka, I've always thought, would he ever, kind of progress his career as a 10 rather than maybe a winger? Because I don't know, for me, if he has that explosiveness anymore on the wing.
Do you know who you have to give credit for? Famzone D, because he's been screaming.
Is it?
He's been saying it for a long time. Yeah, he's been saying he's at, bro. No one has ever even thought of maybe. The other position you think of Saka is, let's put him left back again because he started his career there, but no one says 10. So big up.
He's gonna go there.
He's been saying a 10, and the more you see, I think injuries have played their part as well. But the more you see his game and how he's developing as a player, maybe he just needs to be in the middle, because Odegaard's not doing too much there. Ethan they sent on loan. Obviously, Eze had a good game, but respectfully, it's Wigan that. Maybe he could play that position.
No, I'd liken it to Roms. I'd liken it to when we shifted Kulusevski inside from the right.
Yeah.
Because those players, when you look at them, IQ-wise, they're elite IQ. You can tell they know where to make the pass and what to do with it. It's just when you shift them out on the right, you're limiting their play in it, because everything's only in front of him and he has to cut inside to create on his left-hand side, rather than you put him in the middle of the pitch. He's now opened up. He can play it to the right. He can play it to the left. He can open up and actually drive through the middle. I think Saka could do good in the 10 going forward, but I'll be honest, I'd like to see it in the Premier League against a proper DM, against, someone who's actually going to be man marking them and making it a really tough game, rather than a game against Wigan where you're going to be able to stretch the team and there is going to be a lot of open space and there's just a gap in quality.
Yeah, because listen, people say, "Oh, why is it a wild shot?" Because I just feel like for me, like as the years go on, you can see though the Saka from 2-3 years ago isn't the Saka now in terms of that explosive, like straight past you. I feel like his game has changed a little bit, and I feel like he isn't as maybe explosive as Madueke. You see Madueke there, where he just skips past you down there, like. I just feel like he doesn't come as easy now. You feel me for Saka?
George, right?
Why is Don always looking at me? I'm looking at Don thinking, why is he smiling so much?
I'm not saying. I'm just saying, like as he gets on, like he's 24 now. When as he gets developed in his
we're talking about man as if he's in his 30s and that, bro. What's going on?
No, it's not in his 30s, man.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know where we're going with this. He's 24.
I'm just saying, like he does look a little bit comfortable. Even for me, like when people look at Amad Diallo, yeah, I can see Amad Diallo as a winger now, yeah, but I can also see Amad Diallo as maybe in the 10 role. There's been conversations where could he kind of maybe transgress into a 10, you know what I mean, and progress into a 10. Who knows? So I'm just letting you know, like, is there a feeling?
I think he could do. Yeah, I think he could do both. I think he was quite impressive there yesterday. As George says, you've got to look at what he'll be like long term. I mean, against Wigan, you have to just do what you do and beat them, and that's what we did quite comfortably. But I do feel like it's a big up to D as well, because it was him who said that on my channel as well. He's obviously said that a few times on other channels, but he did say, why are we not playing him in the 10? Why are we not? Like, he's better than Odegaard and Eze in that role. And I thought he was really good. Look, he can still play on the right. He's more of an assister, to be fair, on the right-hand side. His corner delivery, cutting inside. But actually, if you get him into that kind of space where he's just outside the box, cutting on his left and having a shot, I'd love to see that more. And that would happen if he was in a 10. But yeah, look, I don't think it will happen. I think he's tested him there because of the experimenting we could do against Wigan. I think he'll be out on the right when he's fit. But my worry is, when is that going to be? Because I haven't seen a fit Saka since before his injury, to be fair.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, man. And as for Arsenal, obviously, you're in all competitions, man. You're in the Premier. Obviously, you're top of the league. You was top of the Champions League. You know what I mean? And I reckon you could go far in the Champions League. Got the FA Cup now. First time you've been in the FA Cup 5th round for a while as well. And the last time you done that was when you won the FA Cup. And obviously, you're in the Carabao Cup final, man. Listen, I know right now it is premature to talk about a lot of trophies and that, but you know what, man? Like, are you confident? Are you excited, man, for this season? Because you are you're deep in a lot of competitions, man, so far, and you will be. I expect it to be at least minimum semi-finals of the Champions League. I can't lie to you. I think you will go far.
Saeed, I know you wanted to mention the Q word. Do you think you could? I'll let Dan say
the Q word. You know what I'm saying? I know. There's.
We already made that mistake.
Dan ain't gonna say that, but I know.
Dan ain't gonna say that. I know who he is.
But George, you know Saeed wanted to say it, and he.
Listen, I'm not saying anything. I'm just letting Dan. What Dan says is this.
Now, look, man, I'm excited. Yeah, of course I am, because there's potential for us to win trophies this season, right? But I still can't sit there and say that we're going to do that, because I feel like I need to be convinced this guy can get us across the line. And there's still pressure moments this season already that Arsenal have dropped, right? But I will say this. I think Arsenal should win the Carabao Cup, because I think we are better than Man City, right? Arteta's not lost a final at Wembley as a player or manager. Pep Guardiola's lost his last 2 finals against Palace and United in that year. So I think we should go and beat them. We should win the league. I think we've got the best squad. I think we've proven that again last night by making all the wholesale changes and comfortably brushing past the side. And I feel that we've got the best squad to go and win this league. The FA Cup and the Champions League are a little bit different. I think it's too early for the Champions League, and it's a very different tournament. We don't have great European heritage, so I'm never confident in that competition. And with the FA Cup, I know that we've won the most, more than anyone. But I do think if there was to be an order of priority towards that kind of semi-final stage, we might look at where we're at and go, we might have to make some changes in one of these games. And I think it'd be that one that we did. Now, I will say this. There's not really anybody I fear in that competition, the FA Cup. Obviously, there's teams I fear more in Europe. I fear Real Madrid and PSG and, these kind of sides, Bayern Munich, more than I would a Chelsea or a Liverpool in the FA Cup. I would. But you have to look at it and say that Liverpool and Chelsea have got the ability to beat us in a one-off game and a cup game as well. So that's how difficult it is. So I'm not talking about any quads or trebles. I would say that we should be bringing home 2 trophies this season in this position now. I wouldn't have said that at the start of the season, but I think we should win the league and the League Cup. If we don't, he better win one of them because he's got to win trophies this year, man. He's got to.
So you think that the student is just going to be able to walk over the master in his last game at Wembley for Man City? You know what I mean? Because it's looking like that scrotum Maresca's going to take the job next season. It's looking like Pep. You know what I mean? It's looking like Pep is going to be his last time at Wembley, bro. So what you think he's just going to walk over there and just let you man walk over him, Potts? Is that what you think? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be about 8-0. That's what I said, wasn't it?
8-0.
Where's this come from with Don? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, where does this come from? I think we'll beat them, and it's turned into, you think you go walk over this team? I never said that, bro. I think that we can beat them in a one-off game at Wembley. I do. Just like I thought we could beat Chelsea in 2017 when we did that. Just like I thought we could beat Chelsea in 2020 when we did that. I think we could do it. So for me, I'm going to go for the League Cup, and I think we should win the league from this position, even 4 points clear. If we don't, then I've still got to try and be convinced by someone else, and because it ain't going to be him. But for me right now, I think with the squad we've got, those are the two I'm looking at. If people want to talk about FA Cup and champs, we have to talk about that come March, April, because for me, I'm not looking at that yet. I have to go see what's happening. And I never would have had PSG to win it last year when they finished 16th in the table and they went and did it. Yeah, so anyone can win that competition. You don't have to be the best in Europe to win that. We saw that with Chelsea and even with Liverpool in 2005, 2012 and 2021. You don't have to be the best to win the Champions League, yeah? So that's where I'm at with that. And I think we should be favourites to win those two. But I don't know, you guys might disagree and think we're going to win nothing. I don't know.
I think Premier League and FA Cup are more than doable. I think Premier League and Carabao Cup are more than doable. Champions League is always tough. I can't lie to you. Obviously, just because of heritage. And look how long it took Man City to win the Champions League after so many attempts. So that could be always difficult. But yeah, now, if you win a double, I think that's a good season. If you win the double, but it has to be Premier League with something else. It can't be. Yeah. For me, I don't think a successful season for Arsenal is FA Cup and Carabao Cup. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I don't think after years of...
I think it would be successful, but I don't think people would say, like, wow, 6 years.
Wow,
yeah. Do you know what I mean? So I'd get that, but
yeah,
2 trophies out of 4 is successful. It's not successful, but I hear what you're saying. Like, for me, I think... the position I'm in, guys, and I'll be real with you, I've said for the majority of this season, just win me a trophy and you can stay. I'm starving out here. That's now changed for me because you can't go 7 points clear and bottle this league again. Yeah, even if you do win a FA Cup after it, right? So for me, I need to see the league at the bare minimum. And if he wins another one, brilliant. But for me, it needs to be the league now, really.
Yeah. What's these rumors I'm seeing as well from? Listen, I don't really pay much attention to that indie guy Potts, yeah, but I'm seeing some rumors about Odegaard. Apparently, you might be open to offers or something. What do you think about that, bro?
Yeah, I do think there's some rumors in that. You know, I don't know how injured he is, and I don't know if it is true about some background noise about him having an argument about his position and that he should be playing and that he should be starting and all this. Like, in my opinion, the guys, I've flip-flopped on this guy so much. Like, 1 minute I like him, next minute I'm like, maybe I was wrong, maybe give him a bit more time. I haven't seen an Odegaard that's been decent for about 18 months, probably longer. So I'd be quite happy to get rid of him. And I'd be quite happy to replace him. I think he's replaceable. I don't think that it is an Ethan Nwaneri or Eze. They just step in the role. I think we could go and get somebody better than both of those that's ready now. And for me, Odegaard, I think, could be in a bit of trouble because, and I'll be honest with you, I don't know how much people are actually going to lay down on the line for him. You know, I hear an Arsenal fans saying, I'll just get 80 million. I don't think he's worth 80 million. I'll be real with you. I don't think he's playing well enough.
Who the hell is paying 80 M's for Odegaard?
Maybe
Roms loves this guy off, bro. You know what I mean? I told you last season, Roms, yeah? Who would you want to replace him?
You've been saying
it would suit Liverpool, you know. He would actually suit Liverpool, you know. You know what? I actually think he would suit Liverpool because you gotta remember, they don't really have a 10 right now. Obviously, Florian Wirtz is there.
Not a 10 though. He's not a 10 though.
Yeah, but at the same time, bro, he could be
more of an 8.
He's more of an 8.
He's like a tempo setter. He's like a tempo setter. That's what he is.
We got better 8s. I reckon we got better 8s than him. I'm an Odegaard fan, like Don said, but Potts is right. When you're actually deep at the last 18 months, he'll play well for 1 game, maybe even 2 in a row, and then the next 4, you're like, where's the Odegaard we just saw for the last 2 games? And to be fair to you, Don, you said for years now, bro, you're overrating this player. And maybe I have. I can accept that else. Maybe I have, but you're right. I don't think anyone will pay 80 million for him. Maybe 50 max. but not 80.
Let's be honest. This is a player that goes for about 35, 40 million to a mid, not even a top Serie A team, but he can go play 8 in a system over there, a lot slower. I could imagine him playing in like taking Hakan Çalhanoğlu's role for Inter or something like that. Yeah, that's where he would fit. Deep line playmaker in that type of system.
It's got AC Milan written all over it, George. It's got AC Milan written all over it.
Place in Loftus-Cheek or some shit, bro.
I'll probably say like between maybe 40 to 50 because he's got 2 years left in it. And you might already know, but Arsenal do not know how to sell players, bro. These guys are probably 25 M's.
We've got different people behind the scenes now, and I think Berta will be different. But you're right, in the past it's been shocking. I think for me, anything above 50 M's is probably going to be considered, in my opinion. I don't think that he's if someone's paying 60 million euros for him, I think fair play. But if someone's starting to go towards 80 or 90, that's a bit extreme. But look, there's better players out there, man. Morgan Rogers, I really like. I like the look of him. I think he'd be an excellent signing for us. He could play left wing and attacking mid. Or if we are the big club we say we are now, then go get Cole Palmer because Chelsea are going to stink out the back of it. Go get him.
You want to get yourself involved in that one, yeah? Because these deluded guys up here, they like to talk about Palmer because they saw
I agree. Palmer would be a bad signing. He stinks out the gaff now anyway. Like everyone says, he's terrible apparently. So now we don't want Palmer. We'll go for Rodgers.
Tens are dying though. There's only like Nico Paz. There's there's not many natural tens out there, man. Like I know. Listen,
the 10 position itself. The 10 position itself don't really exist anymore. Normally, your 10's like a hard-working 8 now. There's not really that player in the pocket. Rarely.
Yeah.
You don't like Palmer's assist for Pedro's goal here when we played against Leeds. That's what 10s do, bro. You know what I mean? They're just in between the lines, they just feed that pass, like what Odegaard used to do. You don't really get many of them, man. You don't really get many of them these days. Normally, guys
what's this Palmer to Man United? Is this bollocks or what? Because everyone
it's one of them ones where, for me, as much as I banter Chelsea fans and that, like I say, he's coming home and that, bro. Like for that deal to happen, Cole Palmer needs to put in a transfer request, and he needs to make it clear that he wants to leave, and he wants to leave. Like he says, "Yo, I'm done with Chelsea." He refuses training. He makes it difficult. He makes the environment difficult. That's the only way we're getting Cole Palmer.
And so, not even just that. Yeah. Let's say there was a bit of truth in it. Yeah. Chelsea fans, I'm not saying you shouldn't care, but just know you're getting a nice amount from him as well. And this is where the amortization and spreading out the contract and that is beneficial because United would, I think Chelsea would start at something mad like 150, maybe 175. Bro. They will try and just put you off.
He's locked in until the 2030s, Roms. He's locked in until the 2030s.
That's what I'm saying, Don. So let's say United actually wanted to buy him. You don't will extort them. You'll probably add on another 60 million.
For us to even answer the FaceTime, well. you have to put 150 in front of us. Yeah, around it's untouchable, bro. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Yeah. No, it's not happening.
I think maybe in a few years' time, let's say like in a few years' time, Chelsea are still fucking about. And like United have got themselves in a position where they can compete now and they're looking better than us. Maybe then I'll be a little bit like,
wasn't Lavia untouchable? Was it Lavia untouchable at one point though, man? Like when Chelsea fans say, Lavia's untouchable, and then his injuries.
It's never really been mentioned that he's untouchable because he's been injured the whole time.
The untouchable one. You know what, Saeed? It is probably something that Don says because it was only recently he was saying Delap's a key player, and now Delap's still in February, and Delap's missing open goals, doesn't really look comfortable, and that. Don's response is, he got a hat trick of assists. Yeah, that's what you brought him in for. That's what you brought him in for.
You're forgetting what else I asked you.
Wait, Don, am I pointing at you? I'm pointing.
Now you are.
You're pointing at me today. And Jules, I said to you, you're really eyeing this guy when he got 3 assists. What's the other question I asked you, bro?
I don't know. Didn't really care.
I asked you, who did you play?
You said he's a key player.
So tell us, who did you play at the weekend, bro?
Again, you deflect very well without actually addressing the point. Yeah? You said he's a key player, just like you probably have said Romeo Lavia is untouchable because you say these types of things without.
I never said Lavia is untouchable.
Without any of these players being proven to the level that you say, you would say untouchable key player. Lavia is probably a key player in your head as well, but never plays. But
you've got a guy called Tudor come like the Victorian days. Yeah, you need to relax over there, bro. You know
Victorian. Tudor's his own times. Maybe you need a history lesson, but Tudor was his own times. Give me the 8 from them, man. Yeah. I've got them, man.
Aye, that is crazy.
Real gallus, you know?
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Man, like George, you know, man's gonna be cleaning chimneys with Mr. Tudor, you know. Yeah, you're a funny guy, man.
Now we mentioned Chelsea. Yeah, that was that. You know what it is with Delap though, yeah. We'll just quickly move on Chelsea because I know it was an easy win, yeah. But Delap though, man, them, yeah. Like real talk though, like what's his ceiling, guys, man? Because everyone keeps saying like, oh, you know, he's the next Harry Kane. I don't believe one bit.
Really?
Now, real talk, man. There was people saying that, you know, we've got the next Harry Kane, etc., etc. But like, what is Delap's level? How far can he go? Because I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, his hesitancy in front of goal is so alarming, bro. Like, his touch isn't always clean. He's a hard worker. Don't get me wrong. The assist, nice, whatever. But like, what we saying? Because obviously he got bought for 30 million, didn't he? Look at that. He don't want to.
Camera. He just said his camera's screwed, apparently.
But yeah, Roms, talk to me. What do you reckon Delap like? Let's try and be a little bit objective. I know he's looking like clueless at times here, but what do you think his level is? Is it Chelsea? Is it Everton? Is it Men? Has he jumped up a stage too soon?
From what I've seen, it's mid-table because he got 12 goals in a Ipswich team. I think 11 or 12 Premier League goals. But what we need to stop doing as fans, yeah, you see players that are playing that for mid-table clubs in the Prem. When they come to the top 6, we need to stop assuming that they're just going to translate well into their new club because there's different pressure. Yeah. Teams don't respect you as much. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these teams, like, they're spacing behind, and normally you're parking the bus and you have to hit them on the counter. But when you go to the top 6 side, most teams respect you. They're going to park the bus. They're not just going to come and play at your own game. But I think maybe the Chelsea move, when you look at it, was a bit too early. That you could say he's still considerably young. He still has time. But for me, he shouldn't have straight went to Chelsea. And Don will tell you, I was an admirer of Delap, but not to a top 6 team just yet. Not to a top 6 team. I think mid-table at the moment.
You know what it is? It's what you said there. When these smaller teams have strikers that are scoring 10, 11 goals and, you know, fans will make it seem like they're doing amazing. They got 12 goals in such a small team. The people seem to forget that they are the focal point of the attack. All of their attacks go through that one player majority of the time. That player is a lot of the time as well, when they're going up against defenses, it's man-on-man defending. They're doing 1v1s against defenders. So if they get the better of the defender, usually they've got the chance and they've got the opportunity to score. You see this with Igor Tudor a lot this season, who I think a lot of his goals are very similar to what Delap was getting last season. And you saw the physical nature of his game and that, like, you'll see them players do good at that level. But when you're now tasked with, okay, you have to use your movement to score goals. You have to now get in between defenders. You have to be smarter. These players, sometimes you can see in their game, they just don't have the football IQ. Delap doesn't have the football IQ. I think he's got a strike on him. He's a good ball striker, good physically, but he's missing the other attribute to go to the next level. And that's just the movement and knowing where to be and the know-how. For me, like you said, Ron, I think he's a mid-table striker. Max, I said it at the start of the season. I see him having a season or two at Chelsea and then being fobbed off. Don't see any change to that. I think Chelsea end up selling him to a mid-table side to get their money back within the year. Next 12
I think for me, listen, everyone that's criticized Delap, because even me, I've criticized his performances in a lot of games this season. Yeah, like his touch has been off at times. Like Jordan said, his movement in the box is poor. There's times we put in the ball back post, bro. Man's not anticipating it. Like Guillaume's legit got better movement than him in the box, right? That guy is a real busy bee. Whereas Delap's very much kind of just ball watching rather than I need to be there. The ball's gonna go there. I need to anticipate the ball better. He doesn't really have that in his game as of yet, right? But where I am with him right now, Saeed, the rest of the mandem, bro, I'm not gonna ignore the fact, that number one, he was out with the biggest injury of his career, for what, 2 months at the start of the season, and then after that, bro, he barely got a run with Palmer, a guy who is our best, connector, the guy who connects our midfield and our attack. And Enzo, to be fair to Enzo, like in the Club World Cup, him and Delap were linking up quite well. Since then, bro, what you said, George, about when he's at a lesser team, attacks are going to be going through him. That's exactly what happened against Hull, bro. Every time Neto kept getting the ball, he kept going to Delap. Whereas with us, there's times where you even forget he's playing, bro, because he's barely touching the ball. And then when he does touch the ball, it's like the touch is loose. I'm like, bro, the touch ain't going to be perfect every time because he ain't no João Pedro, But with guys like Delap, you need to keep feeding them, bro. They are the type of strikers that need a volume of chances. You know what I'm saying, bro? Whereas with Delap, I still feel like there's two things for me. I feel like he needs to improve as an individual. But at the same time, the team needs to improve how they play with him, bro. Yeah. Neto in that 10 was linking up with this guy all day, basically, all game.
I'm not hearing that. You don't have that same energy for Gyökeres. You don't. And Arsenal fans say that, and you won't sit there and make that excuse.
I've literally said for Gyökeres, I see this guy running in behind at times, and they don't find him. But at the same time, I've spoken about how Saka creates for him, and he's not in the box. The movement's not there, bro. So two things can be right at once.
John, do you think though? Do you think Delap will ever get that chance to get consistent volume of?
I don't think he will,
because I feel like you always only play him in games like this, the Carabao FA Cup. I feel like when it's a big Premier League game, big Champions League game, he's only going to get the last 10, 20 minutes. It's going to be a João Pedro, or I think you sign a striker this summer. It's going to be a João Pedro or someone just better than Delap. Then, like George said, then you're looking second season at Chelsea. Let me try and break in a team. Then I probably will have to look for another club because he's not going to get that regular game.
With better performances, bro, he will get more minutes naturally. You know what I mean? He'll get more minutes. If he's
scored that chance, he had a better chance to start in one the next game, but he missed a big opportunity. The manager's not going to start players that miss opportunities like that.
Exactly. And you know, this is my point. This is my point, though. Yeah, you're saying, better performances, he'll start starting games, but then if João Pedro stays at this level, he's just naturally going to get picked above him unless you then move João Pedro's position. And then what will then happen after that, Don? People then probably in chat will then say there's something called rotation, but that's my point. He will only get rotated in the lesser games. And even in cups, once you get further in cups, you start taking the game more seriously. You start putting your 11s that you'll put out in the Champions League and Premier League. That's my point. Will we ever get that consistent game time?
You make a fair point, innit? But then again, there's still enough games to go around. You know what I'm saying, bro? There's still enough games to go around. I think right now, Pedro is our starting striker.
Yeah, he's modified.
He's a starter. But then if Delap can actually help us now, like the second half of the season, starts to put some goals up, starts to help us win games, even if it's off the bench, Roms, I don't think anyone's going to complain. But I've always said anyway, for me, Delap, like you have to bring him as a squad player, and then you bring like an Osimhen ahead of him, bro, for him to learn from, rather than, because I remember I was even on the terrace, they were telling me, Delap got number 9. That must mean he's your only striker. I said, bro, I'm not buying into that. Let's see, innit? I hope we go and sign someone else. That's what I was saying, bro.
So why can I say something, though? But what I will say, though,
but not as a starter, not as a consistent
next season,
starter.
I do believe next season Chelsea will need to buy a striker just to go to the next level. Like go from, let's say, for example, where you are now to maybe title contenders. I don't know. And then João Pedro can be.
Before we even talk about, let's talk about names though. Who?
I've got two off the top of my head because the striker market we all know is poor. But Alvarez or Gyökeres, Alvarez or Osimhen, that type of player.
Alvarez would be one.
Forget about Osimhen. He's not leaving Turkey, bro.
No, I was just not leaving. Omega's coming, isn't it? You're not getting Omega, bro.
Omega's already coming. Though? I don't think we're signing any strikers.
Is he good? I don't know much about
I'm not overly convinced with this guy, man. I think he's not clinical, man.
He's injured this season, though. He's injured this season as well, isn't it? So,
he's been picking up these little knocks this season, man. Like, listen, I'm not overly sold on this guy. I'll be real. I'm not overly sold on him.
It's giving Nico Jackson, man.
You make a good point. What actual 9? Look, when I'm deep in the striker market is actually poor, but they're the first 2 strikers that kind of came.
Go young.
When you deep it, who?
Go young,
and
go
that's where I'm saying.
I can't lie. That Eli Krupa, he looks good, man. He looks natural.
Yes,
he does
bro.
You go in big for a player like that. Not massive. You go 40, 35, 40 mil.
Him, actually.
He's someone who you build a project. Like you say, he works underneath maybe Pedro for the next couple of years, but he looks like has real potential.
He's clinical, bro. The way that he finishes, bro, his movement. Like that is what you call just natural ability up top, bro.
You look, I've said it for the longest. Doesn't he remind you of like a French Greenwood? The way he strikes the ball, his movement. I think he
reminds me of Mbappe. I think he reminds me of Mbappe, young Mbappe for me personally.
Mbappe was more of a winger though.
He ain't got the explosive. I don't think
you know, like floating around, shifting the body, man. Like I really think but the thing is, for me, he's got to choose the right club next season. He can't he needs still game time. But you are right. Like in terms of striker market, it is a bit cooked. I can't lie to you. Like it's
cooked, man. I'm telling you, bro. Pedro right now, is sitting on 10 goals without penalties. Right, that's the most that he got at Brighton, and Brighton used to take penalties, bro. So for me, I'm actually, as long as Pedro can maintain this level and we keep, playing the likes of Esteval and Palmer around him, I've got no problems with Pedro as my starting. Bro. I've got no problems with that. right?
Yeah.
You know,
man, I think we need to get another striker, bro. João Pedro right now is one of the best strikers in the league. Let's be real about it.
But you know what, Don? Yeah, this is where
the league's cooked, though, isn't it? Really.
This is where your fan base might not get that. This is where your fan base might not get as much confidence with what obviously Clear Lakers have done recently. But you know how we were just all saying the striker market's dead. This is when you rely on your scouting team, and then when you deep what your scouting team's brought in the last year or so, there's no real confidence coming from the Chelsea fan. That's why I kind of hear what you're saying, that we just kind of have to hope João Pedro keeps this level, and that Omega guy, I've never watched him play that. But we've got
I forgot his name now, the kid from Kazakhstan. I forgot it. People in the chat will know.
Come on, man.
Yeah, baby, baby Aguero. Bro, he's been playing champs in this season, bro. He's been playing champs. You know what I'm saying? We've got him coming through. He's another one that they're gonna be really looking at long term. I'll be real with you. I'm saying, yeah, Sat Payet. That's it, Sat Payet. Yeah, no,
bro,
man got a tom-tom.
Man's got a tom-tom, you know, that's crazy.
With Chelsea fans, it's always this guy's coming through, and then they're like they're just gone.
I'm sure George was there on Never a Foul about 3 years ago when I brought up Andre Santos, and man were laughing at me. Yeah,
I'm still laughing because I saw the tweet, and it's like you signed him 3 years ago, and he's. I
remember Angelo Gabriel. Angelo Gabriel.
What are you talking about? Angelo Gabriel, bro. Angelo Gabriel was loved by most Chelsea fans, bro. It's not us that decided to sell him.
What do you mean loved? He's never played. When has he been loved? He's never played.
No, I'm saying like most Chelsea fans liked him. Most Chelsea fans liked him, bro. Yeah, and then what happened was the pre-season with Poch, we decided to send him on loan and keep Sterling and whatnot. Yeah, and then he got sold to Saudi, but. Angelo Gabriel is a player a lot of Chelsea fans liked. We all liked him.
That's why you can't have confidence in Clearly. You're proving my point, because even if you rate him and the fan base rate him, where's he now? Like, you lot just shipped him off. And here's another player. Big up the chat. Kendry Priors. What's happening with Kendry?
Like, League
Gunner has to have the last laugh on that one, because he called it. He said, "Yo, he will end up like being a flop." And I'm not saying it's a flop, by the way. But the hype on Kendry Priors was mad, bro.
Yeah, you know it's about him. Yeah,
there's hype on every player they sign, and this is what he don't get. And this is why, Don, you come in and you say, "George, you're a liar." Andre Santos 3 years ago. This is not the time to cash in. Andre Santos has done nothing to prove. Andre Santos has been playing for you guys. Wow, he's not pulled up any trees. No rival fan has watched Andre Santos like, I need that player in my team. You guys can be happy to have him. He's all right. He's not done that much. He's had his first season in the Premier League, and even then, he's had about 8 to 10 starts, bro.
George, you need to.
I spoke about him 3 years ago, and he's not done much in 3 years.
Bro, you need to stop talking. You need to stop talking those balloons with a balloon boy in your midfield, bro. You know what I'm saying?
The one that you take pictures with.
Yeah, that's the one.
Let me get a picture, man. Let me get a picture.
You're nasty, bro. This guy is so shameless. It's so shameless, yeah. You've got the cheek to try and say Andre Santos has done nothing, yeah. Bro, this guy got in the team of the season last season. What are you talking about, right? When it came to most of the defensive metrics last season, this guy was up there, bro. Yeah, and man ain't gonna tell me, it's France, because everyone looks to be going to France these days to go get players. Yeah, Euro came from France. Jacquet has come from France. Yeah, Sarr, the one that we've got now, has come from France. Yeah, Turkey came from France. So we're not going to look at that league and say it's a shit league. You know what I'm saying?
You name one successful player.
Man got in the team of the season. Right now, yeah. One of the main reasons before you come in, Potts, yeah. One of the main reasons why Chelsea have started to pick up and look better and more fluid is because of Andre Santos, bro. He's coming to our midfield and he is helping us in build up so much, bro. The way that guy just starts attacks for us, yeah, finding the passes around the corner and that, it's been amazing, bro. Like, you're the only guy I know that's hating on this guy. Most rivals I'm talking to,
no.
He's a baller, bro.
I didn't hate him. I didn't want to point out and say Andre Santos has been a flop. You said, Andre Santos has been cold. George, you remember 3 years ago when I said, no, hold your horses. You do the gassing up thing too early. You're trying to cash in when there's no cash out right now. Your cash out's not even above what you put in, bro. You're not even breaking even right now. I don't get it. What's going on?
I don't know what you're saying, bro.
When he gets team of the season in the Premier League, then come to me and be like, bro, I told you.
Don't try to move the goalpost.
Don't talk about when he was team of the season for Strasbourg. He hasn't done much this season, bro. He's an alright player.
Team of the season in France, in the whole league, not just for his team, not team of the player season.
For Liga on.
I do think Andre Santos here. I do believe he's a good player. You know, I do like that he's
played well recently.
I do believe there is a future with Andre Santos. You get me? Like, he's not like the Brazilian flair player that you assume. Like, he's very, very much European kind of style. You know what I mean? And obviously he's played in Strasbourg for 2 years as well. But I do believe, like, he's not a starter, he's not a bona fide starter, but he's a good squad player, someone that can do a job and whatnot. Like, I don't think he's a
he's helped Caicedo so much, yeah. And even with Enzo now, yeah, Enzo ain't got to worry about, if I lose the ball, I've got to run and help Caicedo, you know, most of the time.
Yeah.
Now, if he loses the ball, because you want Enzo on the ball a lot, yeah, bro, you've got Caicedo and Santos behind it. You know what I mean? And it's not even about overrating.
So when you've got your best team, I just need to understand, Don. When you've got your best team, does he start? Because you're talking about Enzo, talk about Santos. All three of them, plus Palmer can't start. Plus Esteval, plus all the names you say.
He did it the other day.
Esteval was on the bench.
Esteval will be on the right.
And where's Palmer?
Palmer down the middle. And then Enzo. Oh, you don't even know about Rafinha, ball. You're not even familiar with what Rafinha's been doing.
Answer the question.
Never familiar, but
where's Enzo playing? Answer the question.
Enzo's been off the left, yeah, off the left, and then Cuckoo's been overlapping, bro. You get it?
So basically, what you're saying is you've got shit wingers, so he's having to compensate that by playing Enzo on the left. This basically
what I'm saying. We've got Shirley Carter. Yeah, we've got fucking Shirley Carter, blood.
No, hold on.
Jesse Derry is another one that you might need to know about. Yeah, big up Jesse Derry. Jesse Derry, bro. Yeah, we bought this guy from
Crystal Palace. No.
You might not gonna learn about him. You might not gonna Baby Grealish. You might not gonna learn about him, bro. You know what I'm saying?
No one's telling me about Jesse Derry from the summer.
But he's a Palace Academy graduate, man. He's not your guy, man.
He's one of them Grealish.
Yeah, we bought him, but he's not a player now. He's a Chelsea fan. He's you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But anyway,
in 2035, Chelsea are going to have the best team ever in 2035 because all these players they got coming through. My God, they're going to be Kendry Paez balling out in Andre Santos. Caicedo is going to be like, shit, I better leave. I'm not getting game time. But Palmer not getting in because Esteval.
The thing is, you
the guy in goal. What's his name? The guy in goal coming through. Penders, don't forget him.
Penders, yeah.
The new
funny, yeah, because I told you.
Even Chelsea fans are saying they're going to stop your tickets, Dom, because they don't believe the shit you're coming in with, bro. They don't believe the capping you're on. For Torsten, he's going to stop Koolman and tell them stop giving you tickets, bro, because they don't want you seeing the ball because you come online and talk this rubbish. This is exactly what's going on. They don't believe the cap.
Don't listen. Don't forget who told you about Derry, yeah? Because Roms already spoke to him about Jesse, yeah, and he can't do any worse than Shirley right now.
Were you watching at Palace? Be honest.
I wasn't watching him at Palace, but I done my research when we signed the guy. You know what I'm saying? I done my research when we signed him.
He's looking like Kieran Knightley.
Don is doing the bounce. I've got the file. I've got the full file. I've done a full YouTube on him. I've done a full YouTube.
Done my research.
You know, in my DMs, man. I'm gonna send you the research.
George, you know what's so funny about you though? Because you're saying, I gas up everyone. I literally said to you, I'm not overly sold on this Omega guy. I said that to you, bro. I'm not really feeling him like that. You know what I'm saying? Big pulls, yeah. But Andre Santos,
to be fair, Don, to be fair to you, there's a lot of players you do gas, but there's one player you were linked with off the bat. And normally, I can't lie, normally when you're linked to a player, you do try and defend them, but there's one player you didn't want from the start. Remember the Marodian guy?
Marodian,
yeah. And he's been good, just irony. He's been
No, yeah, man. No, but the thing is, though, if you watch his all-round game, it's not great, but his movement, like in the box, he's a serious guy, innit? But
you know what, Don? Looking at it, you probably could have done with him right now, you know. If you're going off his form,
he's better than Delap, though. He's better than Delap.
Oh, yeah, he's better than Delap in the box, 100%. 100%.
For you to win the title, Don, what do you need in the summer?
We spoke about this last week, innit? I'd say, I'd say starting level centre back. I thought Gay, he would have been perfect. Someone at that level, Potts. That's what we need. Yeah. They don't necessarily need to come from a top club, but if they're just a guy that can play in the Prem, steady Eddie, 7 out of 10 minimum weekly, bro, and they're always available more often than not, I'll take them. Left wing, we need a starting level left winger, bro, right? We need a ball carrier in the team, like a ball carrying midfielder in the team, yeah? And then we already spoke about striker. That's a bit thin on that side. Yeah. We've got Omega coming in as well. I think, yeah, I think those 3 signings are key, bro.
Yeah, I do believe though the players are enjoying my man, what's his name, Liam Rosinio. Like, I feel like they it's a little bit like Carrick, innit? Like they feel like they can express themselves a little bit more. They're not restricted. They're not feeling like they have to be looking over their shoulder, Maresca shouting at them or whatever. Yeah. Or I feel like there's a bit of it. It's a bit like it's nice.
Saeed, there was even a clip, after the Napoli game. I was laughing where Pedro's trying to do his interview, and like Liam's just looking at him. Have you seen that one done? Like,
yeah, that's Palmer.
Yeah, Palmer and Pedro. Yeah.
You know the thing is with this though. This is all good at the start of the tenure, yeah. And you know this. It happened with Enzo. Like, they love him. No, they love you at the start of the tenure. But let's be honest. When it's crunch time, shit hits the fan, when it's crunch time, when the pressure's on, you don't need a nice manager. You don't need someone who's going to come up to you in the dressing room and be like, oh, come on, lads, I need you. Like, you know what? I put my trust in you, Ped. You know, you're my boy. You don't need that. You need someone that can stick it on you and get something out of these players. And like you say,
that's overrated now. I think that's overrated now. I can't lie to you, man. I believe dressing room harmony, being like, you know, like, I'm not saying being everyone's best friend here, but creating a good environment, I think is the best way forward now in football. I think all of this idea of like being the guy that, oh, but look at me, are you going to get a hairdrying treatment? Football's moved on. I feel like now managers have to manage. They have to be almost like, you know, like, what's the word? Like, I don't know, like, you know, like internet ready, you know, Bar said internet ready.
Yeah.
You got to be player ready. You've got to be
modern.
You know what? You know the best example of it, yeah? Like, even when I don't want to bring back to Liverpool, when we had Klopp, you could be an average player, but Klopp will make you believe you're the best thing ever.
Best player, man.
On him, because he will get that extra 20-30% out of plays. And this is what we need with Slot now. It's the opposite to what you're saying, George, because Slot don't have good man management. That you can tell the players right now aren't really playing from their. You need that manager that you can feel you have that rapport with. So I kind of agree where a senior's coming from.
He
knew where. Yeah.
When he wanted to switch, and he would stick it on, man.
Yeah, but just to go back a little bit, George. Yeah, like you're making man sound like some pushover and just any patty. Yeah, bro. He came out the other day. 5
A stars, 5 A's, 2 B's. I see it. You know that big smile. Join Hope University, man.
You're forgetting. His dad's a Jamaican, innit? His dad's Jamaican. Yeah, his dad, bro. He's one of us. Yeah,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so. Bro, the other day when we played Leeds, he came out saying, he didn't mince his words. One thing Poch used to do when the players would fuck about, Poch would always defend them, bro. Rosinio came out the other day and literally said it as it is. It's poor decision making from Caicedo, and it's just poor from the players to not kick the ball away. If you want to complain at the ref about the handball, kick the ball away first, right? And what he did as well, he held a meeting as well, Jules. Yeah, he held a meeting and he showed them the clips of them fucking around, bro. That is a manager who clearly is not a dickhead, bro. He's not a dickhead. He's like, yo, you man, you need to fix up. And then the way we played to win against Hull, the way we did, yeah, man, I'm going to say it's only Hull. But, bro, I've seen this team struggle against Lincoln, yeah? I've seen this team struggle against Cardiff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah? So the way that we turned up that day against Hull, we were professional and we whooshed them.
To be fair, Hull was doing well in the championship as well, to be fair.
They're in the playoff. We could legit be going there. All of us could be going there next season. You know what I mean? All of us could be going there next season. Yeah? But we were too good for them. We were just too good for them, right?
You should have been too good for Hull. Like, come on. You
say that, Potts, yeah, but I'm telling you, bro. We played Lincoln.
They rested all their teams and they rested all their players, man. There was no my man McBurney up front. They rested a lot of their players, man. And rightly so, man. Championship is one of them ones where you got to remember, like, that's more key for them right now, to be honest with you.
What's your man's take on I don't know if you guys watched the highlights of Neto in the 10, yeah? But it's a big thing in the fan base right now about Neto. Like,
he's world class. He's world class.
Right, listen, I don't know why he was saying all that. You know what I mean? But like,
he's world class, man. He's world class.
I didn't watch it. I'll be real. I've not watched. I've seen the highlight snap. But only 90 minutes I've watched it. Only 90 minutes I've watched it from my club. But apparently he was playing well. Was that his first game in the 10th, or had he played?
He's played down the middle a couple of times, man. Like, even with Rosina, he's played down the middle a couple of times. But I'm telling you, Saeed, yeah, Neto in the 10 is a completely different player, bro. completely different player, bro. Completely different.
Give me a rest on for one.
Completely different.
Stop doing the
sorry,
overrated.
man, I'm sorry. It's not.
You man didn't watch it.
Don, this is what you need to do, yeah? Don, this is what you need to do. Once he's had a 4 or 5 games in the position in the Prem, then you can say that. You can't say off the back of.
It's not just.
You know why? Again, Don, make sure you have the same energy for Saka in the 10 who played against Spurs. Similar level. Have that same energy. Have the same energy. No. Have that same energy.
Roms. I have seen Neto centrally in the Premier League, bro. I literally saw him playing there against West Ham the other week, right? Where he was alternating positions. I saw him play there. Even that goal we scored. Remember last season, Poch, when we played you, man, and Neto banged in the goal from outside the box. That was from a central position. Yeah. When we moved him up top last season, he was playing down the middle. He looked way better than on the right, bro. And the reason why, is because I'm telling you, on the right, that brother doesn't know how to attack space consistently. Down the middle, one thing he does that really well down the middle, he links up play. Like, he'll pass the ball, he'll move, he'll get it back. The angles to shoot are a lot better for him, bro. You know what I mean? Because on the right, all he can really do is cut in and left foot. Whereas down the middle, bro, if you man saw the goals he scored, one of them was bottom right, one of them was bottom left.
Yeah, they were good variety of goals. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're different. Like, I think personally for me, I'm not saying start him down the middle. I'm just more saying in game, let him and Palmer alternate positions like PSG. Let them move about. I'm telling you, down the middle, he looks more comfortable down the middle, man.
Yeah. Let's again. For me, I need more sample size of how he does work.
That's fair.
I like Pedro. Neto. I always have. Some people hate him, think he's shit. I've always thought he was a good player, but I need to see him more down there. Like, the thing is, Chelsea can't play all these players in these positions. Crikey. They want Santos starting and Neto in the middle. What happens to Enzo? What happens to Palmer? What happens to Esteval?
Yeah.
They've got to pick an 11 they want, man. If they're still trying to work out their 11, there's problems, man.
What it is for me, I think right now, what I like from Rafinha is that the way we're playing, we're not in like a, like with Arsenal and Maresca ball, it was very much, you're in that position, you're in that position, you're in that position. Whereas with us, he's letting man just have that freedom. That's what the likes of Neto, they need to be busy bees, bro. You can't just leave in one position, bro. You know what I mean? And that's why we're managing to score these goals. We're scoring a lot of goals at the minute, man.
Do you know what? Potts is bang on though. Like, obviously, I know at the moment you're playing well and whatnot, but most teams that win the league or go to win Champions League, because that's your aspiration of your club, you can normally name their 1 to 11. The majority of teams you can name their 1 to 11, and you need a bit of consistency in the 11. I'm not saying don't rotate, because you have to, especially in modern day football. But most teams you can name the 1 to 11. If you go back the last 20 years, all the successful teams, you kind of know you start. There might be the odd change, or maybe there might be a player that gets alternated, but a good 9 or 10 of them are.
The thing is, I think we've moved away from. That though, Roms, man. Because one thing about football now, it's very much like a game of chess, isn't it? It's like one game you might see Enzo start on the left. One game he will start down the middle. One game Palmer starts on the right, and the Esteval's on the left. Right? When you're just consistently playing the same team, like Potts every week knows what team he's gonna see. Yeah. It gets predictable, bro. You know what I mean? It gets real predictable.
Don, let me rephrase that. Yeah, I feel like you can mix and match with the attack and slide in the midfield, but I always believe that the back four predominantly has to be the same, because they have to do things in sync.
Yeah,
they have to step up together. The back four have to be the same. And for the most part, with you lot, I know obviously Reece James has been injured. Sometimes he's played in the middle, but for the most part, everyone knows it is Cucurella, James, Colwell, and Fofana when everyone's fit. This season it's been Fofana and Chalobah.
He's out by the way for about a couple of weeks as well. He's so hard to come in and step up and see what he does.
He does. He played
all right recently.
I think the difference as well though is
Cucurella.
The difference as well is we haven't been able to play the same team every week as much as we'd like to because of our injuries, but the squad has been strong enough for us to rotate. I think with Chelsea, there's a lot more squad players than there are starting 11 players.
I agree.
I think it's more obvious to see with Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea have set their 11 yet, which I think is mad. So like 4 years into this project, and I don't know what their best 11 is yet. It's mad. So
let me get these super chats before we move on to Tottenham. But listen, the likes are horrible right now. We got 1.6k in the building, and there's only 400 likes, man. I don't know what everyone's doing.
Come on, people.
You lot to fix it, man. Yo, smash the likes, people. We need to get at least 800 likes by the end of this video. So you lot, Let's hit the like button, people.
You know, inside, a lot of the United regulars said, you know, we weren't in this competition. Let's not wake up for it.
Yeah, maybe.
That's what they said.
Yo, they need to support either way, man. You know that was there, brothers. Ronnie Jones says, I need us to beat Chelsea at the Bridge in April. No, I think we're going to beat them, though. I can't lie. We're going to finally break our hoodoo at that ground because we're
going to beat us, yeah?
Yeah, we're going to beat you lot. We're going to beat you lot. And 79 said, Don, you need to reference Uncle Grizz Khan's words. I told you so about Neto. Yeah, Grizz Khan loves that one, man.
You man didn't even answer the question, bruv, because there's a lot of Chelsea fans that want to sell. But me, I'm happy to keep him as a squad player, bruv.
He's a squad player.
He's a good squad player.
Squad player that you think's revolutionary in the 10.
Yeah.
Mad.
Andre Santos would be Spurs' best midfielder. João Pedro has 10 non-penalty goals. Alvarez has 5. He's our 9. And sell him to Spurs, he'll be their best players. Abu talks blue.
Yep.
Talking about Spurs, which, not going to lie, they do need a lot of players. Igor Tudor, or Igor Tudor, as they say.
First of all, who is this guy? Like, Jordan, I'm going to need you to educate me. I know you've done your probably.
Have you done your research? Yeah, you know what? You go ahead.
I knew of him before I had to do my research. He's Juventus manager, isn't it? Most recent, before he got sacked.
Yes.
Before Spalletti. He was there.
I actually remember him as a player as opposed to a manager. I remember.
Some people said that. Apparently, he used to play for the Juventus and that, innit? Like he was a fairly centre back. Like he was a fairly known centre back. Which, to be fair, that's one thing I like. Like we're getting in someone who can have some respect from his playing days as well as his managing days. Like, yeah, look, I think one thing we have to point out is it's very clear that this is not a long-term solution for Tottenham. Igor Tudor is a manager who's had about 12 jobs in 14 years or 13 years. So that goes to show you enough. He's not a long-term solution. He's not stayed at any club for more than 78 games, tends to have his best times as an interim manager. And yeah, his most recent role was Juventus, where he came in as an interim and done really well, 9 games, only lost 1. But then when he was tasked with doing the permanent manager role, he really struggled, didn't really get to build up a strong attacking team. They didn't win any of their last 8 games, only scoring 3 or 4 goals in those games. So for me, do you know what? The appointment itself, at this point, I don't really have much of an opinion on it. I don't think it's a bad appointment. Don't think it's a good appointment. I think we could have got better. My initial reaction was I was more concerned because, again, the long-term plan at Spurs just seems to be up in the air far too often. And that's really where, us as Spurs fans, the reaction initially, why so many people would be against it, is just because, again, it shows that we don't have a long-term plan. We're bringing in someone for 3 to 4 months to then, in 3-4 months, get a new manager to restart the process, which has been restarted about 6 times since Pochettino. So the last 7 or 8 years has just been an absolute mess. This appointment does then again show, above board, there's some big problems. Vinay, Johan Lingard, there needs to be firings in the summer. Thomas Frank got fired, but as much as he was doing a horrible job, I think the people above him are just doing just as bad a job to keep him for as long as he did. Because we kept a manager throughout the January transfer window, didn't win a game, continuously not win a game, and still kept him. Went into a run of 2 wins out of 18 games. It took us 2 wins out of 18 to then sack the manager. That just shows how much of a mess we are in. You're on mute, Don, but yeah, 2 wins in 18. And in all
the form was 2 in 18.
Yeah, 2 wins in 18. It was 2 in like. And when I originally wanted him out at like fucking December. The start of December, 2nd of December. We're talking 3 months ago when he drew. After a draw against Newcastle, where we came back from 2-0 down. That was still enough for me to see that this is not the manager for us. Now, we obviously have some player problems and injury problems. So the manager that comes in, let's be real, the expectation isn't going to be super high. He has to survive, innit? Like I know it's mad to say, but we're in a relegation battle. He has to survive, innit? Like that's literally it. You get 4 or 5 wins and he's done a pretty decent job, and it's been made clear to him that he's not the long-term successor. He's coming in, and unless he does something crazy, he won't get the next job. So it's a bit mad, isn't it? Like, my feelings is...
Are you not worried of that at all, though, George? You're not worried at all?
I was going to say quickly, George, just before we come in, he could make himself an instant hero by taking points off, obviously, Arsenal. But you see that type of game, it depends on how you are as a person. If he's backs himself and he's confident, he's loving that's the first game. But if he's not that type of manager and he can't deal with pressure, he's shitting it. That's
I think he'll be ready for that because of his experience. His last 2 roles have been interim roles, and I think they've been in like the last 3 years. And he's come in. The times when he was an interim was during March, like that March to the end of season period. So he knows what it's like to go under pressure. Both of those periods that he managed to qualify Marseille for the Champions League, managed to qualify Juventus for the Champions League at 2 points of when it was looking unlikely when he came in. So I have to give him his credit. He does seem like a manager who can galvanize a team. And let's be honest, all he has to do is very similar to Michael Carrick, is just instill the belief back in the players, because a lot of the time it is just the confidence of the players that's knocking them so much. And a lot of these games, they just don't have the belief in themselves. Going into this game against Arsenal, it presents a big opportunity for him and also the players, because they get to respond in a massive way with a new manager, sort of going in with a new approach, sort of a refresh, restart, because the Arsenal game is where I wouldn't say it all went wrong for Frank, but that's where it was like, yo, it's his time now. That 4-1 loss turned a lot of heads in the Spurs fan base. And you know,
I saw a video on TikTok here. It was saying about Frank's aura. And then they asked him a question. They were like, "Oh, he said about Eze," and he said, "Who's Eze?" And it was
and it just sounded dead. Like he didn't even do it with any source. Like, "Oh, who is Eze again?" Like he just said it so wishy-washy. And you know, Igor Tudor, I think this game is if he registers this and sets us up in the right way, he can get.
He plays back 3, but you don't have. Do you have 3 centre backs right now available?
No, we don't. But Paulinho will play centre back. You know, it's one of them ones. Paulinho will play right centre back. Probably, and to be fair, he's actually been pretty decent right side. He's a defensive midfielder. There's not really much.
He's not ready. Yeah, but I'm not gonna. I'm very, very. Like, I don't listen. I'm not a Tottenham fan, but I reckon this is a real possibility, guys. I don't think this is a case of like, you know how we do the gimmick of Spurs are getting relegated. Spurs are getting, you know, this like genuinely, if he doesn't get up on the right foot here. Because right now, at least with West Ham manager, when I played them, I swear down, and I think even Don will test this, they were solid, man, and they were galvanized, and Somerville's on form, and there's Bowen, there's certain things where I look at like, you know, West Ham, they might get a chance, you know. Then I look at Nottingham Forest, if they get that manager bounce that they got when he was in charge of, remember Wolves, he had a big manager bounce. I think he won 6 games in a row, whatever he won, you get me, in a period. So they could also be in trouble. So I look at it, I'm like, yo,
you know what, Saeed?
It could be peak, you know. It could
You're
be
bang
peak.
on, because 2-3 weeks ago when Brandon was saying Tottenham could get relegated, I'm like, oh, shut up. Like I wasn't even like contemplating it. And then someone said, oh, you know, they're only 6 points above. And then I checked their fixtures in conjunction with them not being in good form. And like you said, West Ham getting a bit of form, Forest getting a bit of form, sacking their manager now. Leeds, what Daniel Fart's doing with them, where they were like a couple months ago, and you see them now. It's actually, I still don't think it will happen. Me being personally, I think there's games where you look at Spurs like, oh, they're going to lose that, and they might just get something. In the games you expect them to win, they'll drop points, and that is just Spurs for you. I don't think it will happen, but it's a real possibility now. Like when Spurs fans are saying it can happen, I'm now not saying, oh no, it won't. I'll be like, you know what? I don't think it will, but let's just see.
I don't think the games are that hard for people. Like, I know, again, I'm the positive Spurs fans. Like, oh, yes, George is saying you're going to win. But I'm looking at it, I'm going, there's a lot of these games where I fancy us. And, you know, within going into that end of the season run, we'll start to have some of these players come back in, the Kuduses and some of the Bergvals and the players that can really contribute.
In the next six, which one do you fancy in the next six?
We've got Arsenal, Fulham, Palace, Liverpool, Forest, Sunderland. I say we win I reckon we beat Fulham away. I know they're in good form, but I still think we beat them. I think we'll beat Palace at home because Palace have been awful. And then
they've turned it around. They turned it around now lately. I can't lie to you. I don't think they got beat by Burnley, but they won 2 before that. And I do think Strand Larsen
and I expect us to have a turnaround. That's the whole point of sacking the manager.
I agree.
Have a turnaround as well, innit? So I don't think the Spurs are going to have the same results. I think we're going to be like the Spurs we've seen over the last month is so far off what these players are, man. Like the football has been reduced to long ball, hit it long. Like we've all played Sunday League. Like fucking, this is what the managers teach you at the very basic level: hit it long, win the second balls, win your duels, and you're going to win the game. Even in the game against Newcastle, I had to laugh. The goal we scored was another set piece. Like we're technically, I think we might have more set piece goals than Arsenal. And that's how awful.
No, we do. We're the first.
Like, maybe because you guys probably got penalties and stuff. How many straight corners? We've got so many.
Yeah, Robs can't get involved in this conversation. His team don't know about set pieces, man.
How many wins, George, are you getting in the last 12? Last 12 games. How many wins do you think you need to be?
5, 6, I reckon. We get 5 or 6.
You're going to get 5 or 6 wins out of the next 12.
Yeah.
Well, is it going to start this weekend, Jules? Is it starting this weekend then, yeah?
I don't know. We'll see. A draw would be huge. I'll take a draw.
Game.
Yeah, draw.
I think a draw would be massive for us, especially with it being at home, especially with us, dampening their hopes. In a title run, they've just had another draw in their last game. This is massive for us. Like honestly, we need a win. I'm not gonna sit here and be stupid. Like Shane, we need a win. I want to win. We need to beat Arsenal.
You gotta do what Brentford done, Johns. Get in their faces. You know what I mean? Be on the transition.
You know the little advantage for Spurs? That's just a small advantage. That Wolves game for Arsenal is must win. And they have to win it, obviously, off the back of their last game.
They'll win Wolves, man.
I know they will. I'm just trying to build this up.
Is it going to be straightforward?
You're going to have a bit more rest. I don't know how much that's going to mean when it comes to the game, but they're going to have a bit more rest. And I can't lie, George, your recent record against them at home is embarrassing. You have to have a bit of pride about you.
Their home record is embarrassing against everyone, bro. You know what I mean? When was the last time you even won at home, Jules?
With all that being said, 1-0 Arsenal.
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't even know when you last won at home. You know what I'm saying, bro? My home record this season.
I don't know when we last won, bro. What you mean? We ain't won this year. I know. To be honest, I think our last win might have been like.
Serious question. Where was it?
Like 27th of December, something like that.
That's mad.
But they celebrate a win. Oh yeah, you haven't celebrated a win in 2026.
No. In the Champions League.
I barely watched the game, so I ain't been losing out that bad. Like I missed the last 2 games. I was happily enjoying my time away. I was
going to say, who's everyone got to go down? Because I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, I swear down, I couldn't call it. I partly want Nottingham Forest to go down. You know why? Because then we can go and get my guy. You know what I mean?
We can forget about Wolfie. Yes,
Wolfie as well.
At least 12 months.
Yeah, Wolfie needs to be humbled. I can't lie.
This is personal. I want Nottingham Forest to go down.
I think Wolves.
I think the 2 that are certain,
obviously, Burnley are gone. Yeah, Wolves and Burnley are gone. Yeah,
are gone. But I think Forest.
Yeah, I had West Ham, but I think it'll be Forest now. That appointment just stinks, man. That appointment, Victor Pereira.
What about Leeds? What if Leeds get dragged into it?
Leeds are playing well.
I need them back down there.
I think Brighton could be dragged into it.
Why, John? Why team?
I don't like Wagner, bro. I don't like that club, bro. I don't like their admin. They can go back down there for all I care, bro.
Wagner, bro. He's called fuck.
He looks like Wagner from X Factor, bro. That's why I call him Wagner, bro.
Yeah, no, real talk. Leeds are messing around now. They need to start like getting back to what they were doing now. They started to, even though to be fair, they got 2 wins and in 5. But yeah, this is horrible, by the way. That is horrible. That 3 wins and 2 draws. Forest have got 1 win. Obviously, West Ham are the most informed out of the whole lot. This is crazy. You know what I mean? It's just mad. Somerville's informed. So I'm not gonna lie to you. For me, it depends. Like, let me look at West Ham's next couple of games.
They're not good. I think West Ham could still go.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man. Look at their next 5. They got Liverpool away, Man City at home, Aston Villa away.
I'll stick with West Ham.
But the thing is, about West Ham, at least with West Ham, they've got a balanced team at the moment, bro. And they're actually playing with a bit of chemistry. You know what I mean, bro? Like they've actually got players in their attack and their midfield.
Liverpool away is not daunting as what people assume it is, though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, no disrespect to Rums, but even Rums would attest that it's not a daunting.
It's still a game. I think we won because even if you look at the games we've lost at home this year, it was the 2 Manchester clubs and a Forest, but that's when we were in a bad rut. I still think we will have enough to beat at West Ham. But you're right, it's not as daunting as it once was. You say that, but bro, I'm telling you, Somerville starts for you right now. Yeah, he starts for Chelsea right now. He starts for Man United right now. Probably even starts for Arsenal on the left, if anything. Yeah, he definitely starts for Jules. They've still got Bowen. They've got this new striker that's coming. Desarcy, I don't rate Desarcy like that, but this is his level. Like, he's actually been doing well for them.
He's actually been good for them as well.
Right? Like, they've got Areola. Areola's actually a decent keeper as well, bro. Like, I don't like West Ham being down there is just down to just poor management from Potter. They had Lopetegui at the start as well, innit? Like, they were horrible. But
this is
what it
also
seems like right now, it seems like they're actually building a bit of a team towards the end of the season.
This is, and I can't lie to you, man. I think Arsenal game might be a free hit, yeah. But after that, Tottenham have got to get at least if they can get a win here, it'll be amazing. Get a point there, win this game, Liverpool away, going to be difficult. And then Forest at home, must-win game there. So they've got at least to go get 7 out of 9 in the 3 here, and then try and do something at Anfield, and then maybe get a point here. You feel me? They can't afford more than 2 losses. If they get 2 losses, more than 2, they're fucked. You feel me?
Yeah.
So they can't afford that one there. As a Forest, let me just quickly check. Forest is up and coming games. They've got Liverpool. They've got Brighton, they've got Man City, Fulham, and then Tottenham away. So again,
all these teams have Man City in it.
Yeah, everyone's got Man City, bro. So it's gonna be difficult for every team, bro. This is gonna be a slugfest, man. It's gonna be a slugfest. But one thing I will say though is maybe the fact that you don't know much about Igor might help Tottenham. It might give a little bit of a, because if it was like, for example, Ryan Mason, yeah, you lot just might as well pack your bags. Just call it a day.
You know right now, Spurs need the points, but I reckon that North London derby might be a case of Arsenal win the game. I think Arsenal win the game, but Spurs have actually performed well. And then you'll get some fans that say this is something to build. Even though they lost, I feel it could be one of them games where the fans say this is something to build off. We've now kind of got a blueprint. Let's go forward. But then again, not everyone plays like Arsenal.
Yeah, but how you feeling about that game? Everyone wanted to get some from Frank, innit? You know, a big pause on that, yeah? How you feeling, Potts, going into that game? Are you a little bit wary now?
I'm not worried because I don't rate the team, but I don't know what this manager's about, bruv. I ain't got a clue. I don't know what he's going to be about. But sometimes that works in a favour of the home team. Sometimes it will work in a favour of us. I don't really care who manages Spurs. I still think we're better than them on paper. So I expect to win the game. And I expect it to be a normal North London derby in respect to the opposition fans. They're going to want to beat us or take a draw from us because it will dent our title race. Hopefully, we're beating Wolves by then. We go 7 points clear. And then it's obviously up to Manchester City to track that back down to 4. But we've got to beat Tottenham, man. We've got to win every game now until that cup final for me. And then see what happens there. We've got some tough games, man. We've got tough games coming up. We've got Wolves away. We've just had Brentford away, which was tough. We've got Wolves away. We've got Tottenham away. That's 3 away games in a row. Then we've got Chelsea at home and then Brighton away. So we've only got Chelsea at home. All the others are away. That's tough. Tough run of games, man. Tough run of games.
Yeah. Roms, you man obviously played Brighton. I can't lie to you, man. Brighton are in free fall in a minute, man. But a couple of goals. Nice goal from Curtis Jones. You know what I mean? And obviously, I think Szoboszlai get the second, though, was it?
Yes,
Szoboszlai
got the second. The build up to that goal was wicked,
nice, man.
You know what it is about the game? Because normally, I don't know about you lot, in cup football, I don't really care about the performance so I think in the league you play it at most, but cups just win me the game. At the end of the day, we've already seen teams that are bad and that maybe perform bad. As long as you win the cup, as long as you keep winning. But what a performance that was against Brighton. I know they're in free fall, but they always give us a good game.
They do.
It's always by like we beat them by a goal or whatnot. They always give us a tough game. And I just think, I'm not going to go that far because we've been here many times this season. How many times I've said on Midday Live, we've just won a game and then we pour the next 2 or 3. But I think when I saw the 11, I was like, we should actually beat them comfortably. Slot, credit to him, went quite strong. He went quite strong because I know he obviously had Ekatike, he had Gravenberch on the bench, but I like that 11. And I want to give Kirkhead his flowers because I know he played bad against his former club and got hooked at halftime against Bournemouth. But in totality, the last 2 months or the last 5-6 weeks or so, he's been very good for us. That game was an anomaly. He's been very good, and it was a quality cross. This is the Kirkhead you saw at Bournemouth, that the crosses he can put in. That was literally on a sixpence for Curtis Jones and a good finish by Curtis Jones. But his overall performance was very good. I think Van Dijk come out after the game was giving him his plaudits. Because remember, start of the season, Van Dijk was making mistakes and just shouting at Curtis.
Yeah.
And now he's giving him, you know what I mean? He's giving him a bit of praise. I think, you know what? I'm going to give a player credit. You don't know I don't like, but this is how I know I'm balanced. I can't just keep crashing it on him. Cody Gakpo for the last 2 games, right? The Sunderland game and Brighton, he finally went on the outside. Shot for, he finally went on the outside. I know some people might say, he's you're praising the bare minimum, and that's what wingers are supposed to do. But he doesn't do that often, which is why a lot of Liverpool fans are frustrated with him. But the last 2 games, he done very well. And once you go on the outside and you put it in the box, you've done your job. That's for the attackers to lose their markers and whatnot and score. But he's done his job. So he played well. Mohamed Salah played very well as well. One of his better performances in a very long time. again, Saeed, you saw what I said. I feel like he did go down a bit easily, but hey ho, that's just my opinion.
Most Salah fans are like, if you talk
they're
bad
crazy,
Salah,
Saeed. They're
bro,
crazy.
I swear down, bro.
You know what, Saeed?
Cooked again.
You know what, Saeed? This is how you know I'm fair. If Konate or Van Dijk do that to an opposition attacker and they go down like that, I'm fuming. So it's not like I'm being biased. Like,
I agree.
I would have the same energy. But for me, our wingers were quality. Salah and Gakpo, them two, they were quality on the wings. I think Chiesa, he did the graft, hard work. Kind of, for me, went missing through the game. 1 minute he's in the game, the other minute he was out. But I think for me, Jones has to start. Apparently, there's been a bust up with him and Slot as to why he's not been starting recently. But he came in the team. For me, he's one of the first names on the team sheet. I think Curtis Jones, it was quality. And again, Van Dijk and Konate doing what they do best. The last couple of games, they've been quite solid. Do you know what I mean? For me, it was just a very good performance. Yes, Brighton had chances, but we are quite susceptible to attacks. Every team's going to get at least 1 or 2 chances to score against us. But I was really happy with that performance, because as much as Brighton have been in free fall, they're still a good team. You never really know what Brighton are going to turn up. So I was happy with that performance. And then on to the next round. What I do want now is just to keep getting it easier on to the next round, because I think out of
the draw tonight, it's a draw tonight.
The draw's tonight, about I think 6:35 or something I saw. But I do think out of City, Liverpool. I didn't even mean that side. I actually got
Of course you did it.
Out of Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal, Newcastle and Man City, I think 2 out of the 5 of us will play. They're gonna meet. Someone's gonna meet. I just want a home round at Anfield against the easier team and just coast through this. Because when you won the FA Cup last time, you didn't care that you got easy draws to the final. You just cared that you got there and won it. But I don't want to. I'm here seeing some Liverpool fans say, "Let's get a big boy at Anfield or let's get one of the big teams." No. I want as easy ride as possible. But man,
Wrexham will be
cool. Both our games. We're not deep in Roms. Both your games were at home, innit?
Yeah, Barnsley and Brighton.
Barnsley, Well, both of ours were away, bro. Both of ours were away. We played Hull away, and we played who is it? Was it played Charlton? Charlton, innit? Charlton away. Yeah.
You know, I've watched a lot of Liverpool this season. Most of the time, it's been because it's been funny because of how bad you've been, Roms, right? However, I look at most of the games this season, and Szoboszlai is class, bro. Like,
player this season, bro. Player this season.
Like, I think for me, I honestly think he'd make my team of the season so far. I think he's been that good. Nobody will put him in there because he's been like Liverpool have been shite, right? But I actually think I'd put him in there. I'd find a way. He's been phenomenal, bruv. Like, he'll play 110%. He's obviously got his tech abilities. Free kicks have been wicked as well. And then you look at him playing at right back when needed. Then he'll go into midfield, drop deep if need be. He'd go and play on the right wing if Salah wasn't about, if he could. I think that's the sort of player you need, man. I think he's been most improved, most underrated. No one talks about it. It's always what Salah and Gakpo have done or what Ekatike is balling out at. Man, Szoboszlai has been unbelievable for
Poch, you're spot on, and more for me, because I was even saying in the summer on here that I thought once we signed Wirtz, it would be McAllister, Gravenberch, and Wirtz as our midfield 3. And you'll get some fans saying, Szoboszlai's just not going to get dropped like that. He's the guy that's the most industry, can play in multiple positions. I was like, nah, man, stop trying to go that more possession control type midfield. He proved me wrong, bro, because I didn't think he would start as much as he did this season. He's been our player this season. And I think you're right, Potts. A lot of people, when they do team of the seasons, they just look at the successful teams, which is natural. But I think sometimes you can still pick a very good player that's in a team that's not necessarily excelling. But you're bang on, Potts. That finish, top pin, most of his finishes since we've even signed him, pure striker of the ball. And this is where our frustrations came at points last season and even the season before that, because we know he has a shot on him, and sometimes maybe he might not he'll pass when he should shoot, or sometimes he'll underhit or overhit. I think this season he's found a balance now. He's striking it true. He's striking it when he's supposed to, because Slot even come out last season and said, look, he's my 10. He needs to get more GA and whatnot, and he's proven it now, man. He's quality. What I don't like, though, I think his agents trying to put things out there. I think, agents' tactics. I think he might.
How much is he on
out there? Say that again.
How much is he on, like, wages-wise? I'm
not 100% sure, but we're looking to sign him down to a new deal. I think he's got 2 or 3 years left. But now you're hearing the Hungarian coach come out and say, he's always dreamed from playing Real Madrid and whatnot. That could be his agent telling his coach to say that so we can off his money. But The Real
It's
Madrid
the Real
stuff
Madrid
again.
curse yet again.
120
bro.
grand a week. He's on 120 grand a week. So
Wait,
Exactly.
wasn't he the one-
He gets the same as Hato, you know. That's crazy.
Isn't Szoboszlai the guy who had the tattoo of Anfield on him before he joined? You never walk alone and stuff. I thought
Something
his
like
dream
that.
was
Yeah,
to
he had
come
a
to
tattoo something along that. But
Yeah,
this
big up
is
Zach.
why, George.
Big up
This is
Poch,
why,
man.
George. I don't think it's entirely true because now he's playing very well, and his agent knows that we're obviously in talks with his entourage. He might just be putting out the Real Madrid stuff. One, because he knows the history of Liverpool and Real Madrid, and two, just for us to offer him a bit more. You know, when you hear, oh, he's got another suitor, let's quickly add an extra 20, 30. Do you know what I mean? Let's add some more. But listen, for me, I agree with what Pot said. Even if we're having an underwhelming season by our standards, he's still even if he's not in your team of the season, there's still a conversation because he has been quality playing right back, centre back at times, DM everywhere to 10. You put him anywhere and he's performing for us. So big him up, man. Big him up.
I agree, man. Now, big up to him. Like I said, I don't what Liverpool can achieve this season. For me, I'd say if they can win the FA Cup and go far in the Champions League, get into the Champions League positions as well. I think that'll be a decent season. I think Liverpool need to win a trophy this season. Last season, obviously, they won the Premier League, but win a trophy, finish as high as they can in the league, and then obviously go far in the Champions League as well.
Football's a real life family, you know, Roms. Because I remember that time when I called you and I was in Santorini, blood, and was talking. When you lot sat, I think you started Isak, and you was like, Don, Premier League and FA Cup, bare minimum.
Minimum.
Bare minimum.
This is the first time Rom tried to use his chest, you know, and it just deflated instantly, bro. Bro,
I can't win, bro. When I'm pessimistic or negative, be more positive. When I'm like, we're winning it. When we signed in that, Don will tell. I even said it on here. I said the league. Potts always reminds me. I said the league's done. That for me, the league is. You know what Potts was saying early? Arsenal need to win the league and something else. I was like, yeah, the league's like a formality. We just need to see what's the second or third trophy winning. And now look at me. But Saeed, literally going back to what you said, I think we need to go as far as we can in FA Cup and Champions League, and we have to get the top 5 minimum, bro. But you're right, we have to win one of them trophies. Have to.
Yeah,
like we have.
I agree.
We have to get Villa out of it. We have to get Villa out of it. That's what it is, man. You know what I mean? United, Chelsea, Liverpool. Let's get back in there, innit, and get Aston Villa out of that bitch.
Yeah, I agree. But no, honestly, I think for me that's fair. I think Liverpool, if they can do that, that'll be a decent season. Big up for Tosis. Wouldn't mind championship away ties for the next round until quarterfinals. Then whoever we face at Wembley to the semifinals, so be it. And Don,
he loves these trips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I will say though is, I think for me, that's cool. And obviously, Newcastle went through. That was a good game. You know, I can't like Tonali was unbelievable. I think for me that was 2 solid strikes. Obviously, the one deflected as well. Who else went through? That was. I think everyone from Mali went through. Fulham went through.
Burnley got knocked out.
Yeah, Burnley went out.
One of my guys plays for he got knocked out by Mansfield, didn't it?
Yeah, Mansfield. Yeah, did he play for Mansfield?
Yeah, he played for Mansfield. I literally saw him on my birthday. Funny enough, he plays for Mansfield. So he knocked him out. Yeah.
Oh, big up, man.
Leeds went through.
Leeds went through.
They just about went, penalties.
Yeah. Leeds. Who else went through? Fulham went through.
Wolves went through.
Yeah, man. Listen, hey, there's gonna be a dagger.
Everyone's gone through, man.
I hope I see a Man City Arsenal in the ball later.
Yes, that would be lovely. I need that. That's, by the way, that would be crazy because Man City and Arsenal will be facing each other a hell of times, man.
We need that.
Did you hear as well? Champions League, the bracket, like the way it's shaped, they could even meet each other in the Champions League.
You see when we finished 12th, yeah? When Chelsea finished 12th, yeah? Bro, we met Man City in the FA Cup and in the Carabao Cup, bro. They smoked us.
You played them bare that season, innit?
Yeah.
Arsenal fans should be looking forward to that because they generally think they're the better team. So go and put the nail in the coffin, man. Go do it the right way.
George, you're spot on. Do you know, when I just said out of the 5 or 6 big Premier League teams that have gone through to the next round, and you know, I was saying there's 2 of them are going to face each other. I actually think it's probably going to be City Arsenal, you know. I actually think it will be that.
This will be and let's be honest, if you're thinking about storylines, Premier League, this is what they're going to do something to happen. This is a storyline.
And George, you know the FA Cup draw could be a bit rigged. You know what I mean? Like,
some balls get balls.
Come on. Do you know what's killing me? You know what's killing me? We say all of this, and City will get like a Mansfield at the Etihad.
They always get it.
They will, man. Man City always do that, bro.
Yeah.
They'll just get before before we wrap up, Champions League playoffs are on. Galatasaray, Juventus, Dortmund, Atalanta, Monaco, PSG, Benfica, Real Madrid is going to be a mad game. They're on this week. Karabakh versus Newcastle, Olympiacos versus Leverkusen, Bodo Glimt versus Inter, and Club Brugge versus Atletico Madrid. Not box office games, but you know what I mean? Like, you never know. Like, maybe.
Is it tomorrow and Wednesday?
Yeah, tomorrow, Wednesday. Yeah, tomorrow. Galatasaray event's going to be a good game. That's a good game, that one. I think that's very even in the balance. And also Benfica, Real Madrid. That's a standout games. Dortmund, Atalanta, maybe a few years ago, yeah. And then, maybe, I don't know, Club Brugge and Atletico Madrid. That might be a decent game as well. So, yeah, I think that they're the key ones. Obviously, the Friday's a draw. And then we'll go from there. So that is the situation over there, people. But yeah, listen, people, we have hit the end of the show. We're still on 590 likes, man, and we still got 1.7k in the building. I don't know what everyone's doing, man, but right now, before everyone shouts their channel, you've got a moment now to like the video. If you haven't done it before, so you know what I mean, it's free to do so. It helps the channel. It pushes it out to a lot of people. Oh yeah, shit, Osimhen versus Spalletti. Oh, do you might know about the situation? With Spalletti,
was it Spalletti that kicked him out of?
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
shit.
He left
the Saudi at Napoli, innit?
Yeah, bro. Like, that's that's We need him 100%. But yeah, man, George, big up to you, bro. I heard you had a celebration this morning, man. Let them know what's going on, man.
Now, do you know, that was just a clip from my stream on Friday where I was celebrating the Frank sacking. Beautiful. You got a couple money sleeves, the shades, the do-rag, everything was back in full effect. But yeah, man, I got a video dropping a little bit later as well on why Igor Tudor is going to be perfect for Spurs. You know, got to do the positive. Got to bring the fan base back on board. I'm doing the Don, taking some notes. I've done my research. Just comment active in the DMs and I'll send you the full YouTube. But smash the likes before you head out, man. Big up to the panel.
Come on, bro. Come on, man. Big up Roms as well, man. Love as always, man.
Yeah, keep heading to the verbal channel. Listen, the man then went to AFCON. They've done a little documentary. It's about 20 minutes long. So you look, get subscribing. It's proper, man. Proper. But yeah. And then every Wednesday, 7 p.m, you know, we do our roundup on the Premier League week or not. But head over there. Yeah, big up Poch, George, Don, Saeed, as always, the chat. You lot always killing me. But yeah, man.
Man. Chat's always lit, man. And I've seen Don as well. Blue Diaries, no therapy this weekend, but yeah.
Yeah, Blue Diaries, man. Me and Rance ain't got a show today, people. I've got a few things to do between now and then. But yeah, Blue Diaries a bit later. We're going to dive into like the tougher games that we've got coming up. Obviously, we've got Burnley first, innit? But we'll speak about the tougher games we've got coming up. Me and Melina, we did a show on Saturday, which was really good. Check that out, people. And then, yeah, my review for the game against Hull. We didn't really break it down today because these guys are ops, of course. But yeah, if you wanted to get my breakdown on that game, go check it out, man. But yeah, make sure you lot are subbing. Big up all the panel, man.
Yeah, big up, man. LB couldn't make his weekend. Shout out to LB.
It's only ever Don that wants to break down these, like, you know, them wins that you have. You know that you're gonna win the game, but he wants to break it down as to why he beat a championship.
I'm telling you, dude.
It's only
I don't take these things for granted, man. Because I'm telling you, Lincoln. I'm telling you, bro, that game was a setup. We could have got knocked out. We could have got knocked out.
Yeah, bro. For real. Listen, I don't think Troops is live, so we're gonna send you to From My Left, Miles and them, man. Show some love. We'll redirect over there. And yeah, I'll see you later on, 6 p.m. Straight Jacket Podcast. We are out. Peace. Take care.